Hey guys, October is here and Halloween is creeping up on us. My kids have some wild costume choices this year. Cora is going as someone from The Descendants and she's got blue hair. I have no clue who that is, but the hair has to be on point. Now Rory, well, he's riding the creativity wave. He's a chicken, but not just any chicken. He's a boy riding a chicken, so there's that. But enough about Halloween stuff. Let's dive into the real estate roller coaster and see what is actually going on in October. For those of you who have just wandered into this world, I'm Joe Skipper, the owner at Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty here in good old Oregon. And today we're gonna break down the stats and trends in the local housing market, so buckle up. But before we plunge in, if you could do me a solid and hit that like button, I'd be forever grateful. And if you wanna stay in the loop on the latest in the housing market so that you can make those savvy financial moves, consider subscribing to this page as well. I'm your go-to source for not only home buying and selling, but also real estate investment advice. So what's the scoop in the housing market? Home prices are on a gentle rise this month. The median sold price for Wilsonville in September was $699,950. This was up 9% from last year with a slight 1.2% bump from this month. Now when it comes to home investments, the trend is still up. Even if you're diving into the market at 7 or 8% rates, the long-term value increase is the name of this game. Real estate investment remains a solid path to wealth for many. It's like the stock market, but with bricks and mortar. Now here's the twist. I'm not suggesting you go on a house buying spree without a plan. Investing in a home comes with risks, just like the stock market, but you can be strategic about it, and that's where I come in. Don't buy into all the doom and gloom on the news. The Fed's moves do have ripple effects, but the key is to focus on your specific area. It's essential to keep an eye on national trends, but remember, the media often hypes things up for ratings. Talk to me or another agent who knows your local market because we have the real inside scoop on real estate. In September, Wilsonville's inventory rose to 33 active listings, marking a 14% increase from last month and a 10% increase from last year. Mortgage rates have some buyers hitting the pause button and reevaluating what they can and want to afford. Houses are spending more time on the market. Sellers, be patient and price your homes accurately. We're not seeing many homes selling for over asking price anymore, and they're sticking around a little bit longer. It's a more typical market where buyers don't have to sprint into a home and write an offer as soon as they cross the house's threshold. If rates drop as many experts predict next year, we'll see buyers swarm back in and prices are gonna rise, if rates drop. The median days on the market decreased to 11 days from 20 last month. Remember when we were used to seeing listings lasting only 4 days? Well, those days are mostly gone. This slightly longer time on the market is more normal as buyers take their time figuring out what they can and what they want to afford. So sellers, if you're ready to jump into the market, know that the buyers are still out there. You just need to work with someone you can trust and someone who can guide you and connect you with those right buyers. Well, that's a wrap on the market report for October for me. Now let's pass the mic over to my buddy Paul for some mortgage magic. Take it away, Paul.
Hey, thanks, Joe. I thought we'd talk about credit this month. Credit scores, that's one of the most common questions. First off, it's good to know the highest credit score possible in the mortgage industry, at least, is 850. It does not get any higher than that. If you are an 800 to an 850, you're considered absolutely exceptional, the best. If you are a 740 up to there, you're considered excellent. If you're a 720 up to that 740, you're very good. And then once you go underneath the 700, still programs available. 680 up to that 700 or really 699, you're considered good. And then from the 640 up to 680, fair. Once you're dipped beneath 640, that's where you're considered kind of poor. And oftentimes what we'll want to do is look at ways of improving your score in order to get into programs or at least get better pricing, better rates and better costs. And sometimes it makes sense to work on your credit prior to getting a loan with scores in that range. What can you do to improve your credit? So one thing you can do is pay off smaller accounts and try to whittle yourself down to 3 to 4 open accounts that you can pay on time every month. And that the balances, if they're revolving accounts, that you're keeping your balances nicely under the limit. Now, if you're trying to establish credit, you can go to your credit union and ask for a small revolving account. That's a good way to start. In the Northwest, there's the company called Les Schwab Tire, and I refer a lot of people to them because they have a corporate policy that they want everybody to have a little bit of credit, at least a little bit of credit. And so you can go there and apply for credit. They'll give you, it might be a small amount, but it will be a good piece of credit. The other thing that they do that's very important is they report every month. So the more times that your credit gets reported, the more opportunity you have for your score to go up and up and up. So Les Schwab is another very good way of doing it. Another way is called authorized user, and that's where maybe your spouse or your parent has a really good long-standing account, and they can call the creditor and add you as an authorized user. You don't have to credit qualify for it, but you can be added. And once you're added, then that goes underneath your credit. And so that's another really good way of improving credit as well as establishing credit. Another question I get a lot of is, what do I think of Credit Karma? I actually think it's a good service. First of all, you can choose the option where they don't charge you anything to use their service and monitor your credit. And then the second is just that, monitoring your credit. When you have your eyes on something, the chance of it doing better and improving go up. And so it's an excellent service for that. The couple of kind of downsides to it are the credit scores that they say you have. They're always higher. Invariably, they have a higher credit score than mortgages do. So that sometimes can be shocking to people, that they think their credit score is higher than when they come in to get a mortgage loan. It ends up the score that's being used is lower. So that can kind of be a little off-putting. The other, though, is that the way they make their money is they solicit to anybody using their service. And if someone buys one of those solicitations, one of those products, one of those services, they make a commission on it. But it's a good give and take. I mean, they got to make their money somehow. It can't be, nobody gets a free lunch. Another thing that people oftentimes don't know is that they can get a free annual credit report from the 3 credit bureaus. That's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So you can log into all 3 of them or any of the 3 and request your annual report. And that can be very helpful information and free. The last bit of information I have for you is actually a site. It's called Opt Out Prescreen. And it's something that the regulators went to the 3 main credit agencies and said, hey, you guys, you have to supply a platform for the normal consumer to request that you don't sell their information. And so that's why they call it opt-out pre-screen. So you can go online, you go to www.optoutprescreen.com. You can request you can opt out, go through the process, and it'll allow you to choose opt out, and you can complete the request that way. You can actually telephone them as well. The phone number to call is 888-567-8688. Or if you want to physically mail an opt-out, said, hey, I don't want you selling any of my information, you can physically mail your request to Opt-Out Department, P.O. Box 530201, Atlanta, Georgia 30353. All right, hope all this information was helpful. If you have any questions about this or anything else, I'd love to answer any questions you have. And you can reach me at paul@gomcloans.com. All right, thanks.
So there you have it, the October scoop. If you're gearing up to buy or sell in the next year, give me a holler. We'll chat about how to make the smartest moves to maximize your investment. The market's always shifting, so having a pro in your corner is your golden ticket. And if you want a free buyer's or seller's guide to land right in your lap, just slide into my DMs or shoot me a text. I'll hook you up with that. It's packed with insights on what to expect in the buying and the selling process, plus some behind the scenes action with yours truly. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button to stay in the know about the Oregon market. Thanks for joining me, and if you guys need anything at all, give me a ring. Thanks.